one job here today is to be the biggest, best cheerleader for these kids that are here today that you could possibly imagine.
Of the history of unified sports, it just brings families, it brings children together, and that was our mantra.
I think that teaching inclusion is not just an important lesson, I think it's the important lesson. And I truly believe that growing young kids who are good, decent human beings, who respect others, who dignify others, that's the key to leading a great life. And so the earlier that these kids can get that lesson or learn that lesson, the better.
It transpires into that type of an atmosphere. It changes the school climate.
When we would wear our jerseys the day of a game, and we'd be walking down the hall, so everyone knew Unified has a game today, and they'd be getting the high fives and good luck tonight and score one for us, and so it really evolved into we're just another team. We were included in everything, anything that any other athlete in the building got. We were included in the pep rallies, we were including in sports awards.
And when we start to build connections with kids through Unified Sports and other programs like that, the partners get to find out that kids with special needs are just kids.
Some of them I know have kept the friendships. They still see each other after graduation. They invite them to different functions.
And that's the key to this whole thing, is that this partnership between kids with and without disabilities that makes it so rewarding.
I first heard about it from my sister because my nephew, who was then in 4th grade in Berlin schools, went to a workshop that apparently Karen Pachter put on. So from then on, I went to every event that he had and just loved what I saw. It's like seeing through a child's eyes the joy, and that was my pleasure in watching him grow and experience and have opportunities with regular ed students in his school and in his neighborhood and his town.
Just to see the smile on their faces, they were doing the same things that their buddies always did as members of a varsity, a junior varsity athletic team. Now these kids were experiencing the same things.
We had one parent of a student who was in one of our halftime games at Mohegan Sun write us a note that he and his family are very sports oriented, but they never felt that their disabled daughter would be able to participate in athletics. And what a thrill it was for them to have her name announced over the PA at Mohegan Sun as scoring the first basket of their game. And it just really brought home the fact that she was just as much able to participate in athletics as the rest of their family.
The people that you meet and you talk to that are these coaches, athletic directors, teachers, they're just wonderful people. And you're working with people that want to help other children. And not only are they helping those kids with a disability, but they're really helping those kids that do not have a disability.
I've had partners that have worked at schools with me, volunteer, and then they've come and interned here at Unified Sports, and then they've gone on to major in special education in college and become teachers.
And my goal is, my prayer is, that when you graduate high school, you carry what you learn from Unified Sports in terms of diversity, in terms of friendship, onto your college campus. And you have that same attitude while you're a college student. And most importantly, when you graduate college and settle into your home community, you know what Unified Sports did for you. And I want you to carry that into your home community as a resident and as a parent someday, so that when you hear your local school having Unified Sports, you know where to put your efforts.
And a lot of the people, because we've been at it for so long in Connecticut, a lot of these people are in companies now. They're all working. I run into companies all the time, and people like, oh, I used to do Unified Sports, 25 years ago, and they're employing athletes. They're employing people with intellectual disabilities.
We've got third right here from Martin Kellogg. Let's hear it for him.
Inclusion is number one. We all want to be included, whether we are in school or whether we're adults, whether we're working in a job. So inclusion is the main lifeline of everybody. So when you have kids that have difficulty being included, and you find an avenue for them to get that to happen, then you feel very successful. They feel very successful.
And I think that it's the concept itself that drives its own success. I think that this program took on a life of its own because you put it out there and it just works and it's just good and it does great things.
It's important that you change the life of one child one day. This program changes the life of the child forever.
To me, the peak moment is every time a kid is included at their own school. That's what really means the most to me. It doesn't have to be the few kids who reach a pinnacle experience. It's the everyday experiences that matter the most.
But I see through my nephew what has happened because of it. So that's probably most important to me, because every child's important. Mm-hmm.